Have you ever felt your skin crawl at the sight of tiny holes? Or maybe you flinch when you see a cluster of small beads? It might sound odd, but you're not alone. There's actually a name for the fear of small objects: microphobia. And if you're more creeped out by small patterns, like honeycombs or seed pods, that's called trypophobia. So what's really going on here? Let's break it down. Phobias are intense, irrational fears, way more powerful than just feeling uncomfortable. When someone with microphobia encounters tiny objects, their body might go into full fight or flight mode, pounding heart, sweaty palms, maybe even dizziness or nausea. It isn't just all in your head. These reactions are real, and they can be overwhelming. Now, you might be wondering, why would anyone be afraid of something so small? Well, a lot of psychologists think it goes back to evolution. Our brains are wired to notice things that could be dangerous, even if they're tiny. Think about poisonous insects or clusters of holes that might mean disease or infection. Basically, our ancient ancestors learned to steer clear of anything that looked risky, no matter how small. That survival instinct still lingers today, and sometimes it gets triggered in ways that don't really make sense in modern life. But here's the thing. Not everyone who feels icky about small objects actually has a phobia. For something to be a true phobia, the fear has to be intense, persistent, and get in the way of your daily life. If you can't walk down the craft aisle at the store because you might see a box of buttons, or you avoid certain foods because of their texture, that's when it crosses the line from dislike to phobia. So, what can you do about it? The good news is, phobias are treatable. Cognitive behavioral therapy, or CBT, is one of the most effective ways to work through these fears. It's all about understanding your thoughts, gradually facing your fears, and learning new ways to cope. Sometimes, therapists might use exposure therapy, slowly and safely introducing you to the very thing you're afraid of until it loses its power. If you think you might be struggling with microphobia or trypophobia, you're definitely not alone. And you don't have to deal with it by yourself. Reaching out for support isn't a sign of weakness. In fact, it's the bravest thing you can do. Thanks for watching. And remember, being curious about your mind is the first step to understanding it.